A little over half the NBA teams have the upcoming postseason on their mind. Those other teams, the only thing they're thinking about in May is the draft lottery. There may be a lot of movement around the NBA draft involving high draft picks and all-star level players. Teams will be debating between reloading their roster or tearing it down and rebuilding. In this video, I'll discuss 3 trade scenarios that may go down around the NBA draft. First trade, I have the Pacers trading away their franchise player Paul George to the Lakers for 2 first-round picks and a young stud in Jordan Clarkson. Magic Johnson wants to put his GM stamp on the Lakers as soon as possible, and the temptation of landing George in a trade will likely be too enticing. Everybody knows about the rumor that George either wants to stay in Indiana or play for the Lakers. The Pacers have been mediocre this season, and George is frustrated by the lack of progress. The Pacers have been stuck in neutral for years. It's unlikely that the Lakers will give up Russell, Ingram, or Randall along with the top 3 pick in the trade for PG. But if they were able to keep those 3, along with Zubac and Nance Jr., that offer might be too good to pass up. Now this deal is contingent on the Lakers keeping their top 3 pick. The next couple of months are very important for the Lakers. If they lose their pick this year, they also lose their first-round pick to the Orlando Magic in 2019. If they keep it, only a second-round pick goes to the Magic. Meanwhile, the Pacers will move forward with a top 3 pick and 2 more first-round picks this year. Will Indiana take a Paul George replacement like Jason Tatum or an ultra-talented point guard like Markelle Fultz? Second trade, I have the Celtics finally making a significant deal, trading away their top 3 pick this year and versatile swingman Jay Crowder for all-star Jimmy Butler. Trade buzz surrounding Jimmy Butler has become constant the last couple of years. The Bulls have created a chaotic environment and don't treat Butler like the elite star he's become. There was a source that reported that the Bulls star is as good as gone. The Boston Celtics seem like the most sensible destination for a Butler trade. Isaiah Thomas is an amazing scorer, but the Celtics aren't going to go too far with a 5'9" scorer as their best player. Great defensive teams will be able to neutralize his effectiveness in the playoffs, where you can focus on one team with no back-to-back games. Adding Butler with a cap-friendly contract will still allow the Celtics to target free agents like Blake Griffin or Gordon Hayward. A team centered around Thomas, Butler, Griffin, and Horford will be a team on a fast track to the NBA Finals as soon as next season. And oh yeah, their role players will be Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown, who are also on cap-friendly contracts. Meanwhile, the Bulls will finally be able to move forward and start over with a top pick in the draft. If Butler is traded, D-Wade and Rondo are as good as gone. And with no other scorers on the team, Markelle Fultz will be the perfect prospect to draft over a pure point guard like Lonzo Ball. Third trade, I have the Pistons trading away their talented center Andre Drummond to the Hornets for a first-round pick this year, along with Marco Bellinelli and Miles Plumlee. The Pistons took a step back this year. They were supposed to be one of the top up-and-coming teams in the league going into this season. Reggie Jackson has not been the playmaking point guard the franchise was hoping for. Finding value for him with his contract is unlikely. The Pistons' best option this offseason is to trade center Andre Drummond. There have been critics that say Drummond doesn't try hard enough in many games, especially on defense. He has not made the progression on the offensive end like many had hoped. However, Detroit should still be able to get a good deal for Drummond, even if teams don't think he's ever going to be a franchise center. Getting a lottery pick from him in this draft seems reasonable. The Hornets have needed rim protection for the last couple of years. Receiving a talented 24-year-old center with room to grow for a lottery pick is something the Hornets should jump at. Surrounding Drummond with shooters and scorers like Kemba Walker, Batum, Kaminsky, and Marvin Williams could propel the Hornets to a top 4 team in the East next year. The Hornets will not be able to upgrade this team significantly in free agency due to the lack of cap space. A trade may be the only option to take the next step.